Alright, hey guys, so this um video, sorry. This video is about literal equations and applications, so word problems, and then literal equations we're going to see in just a minute. Alright, make sure you have it printed so you can fill it out with me. Alright, a literal equation is an equation with only variables. Okay, I have put some examples here. Okay, I do not expect you to memorize these or have them written down somewhere and use them. Okay, I'm just showing you some examples and kind of what they mean. They're basically formulas. And so in a literal equation, you're solving for a specific variable and there's no really other numbers. There might be like one or two, like a coefficient, but there's other variables. And so we're going to go through the same steps. And again, you may not have fractions, decimals, or distribution, but you may have the other three steps. Excuse me. All right. My favorite thing to do is we want H is to highlight that one. All right, and that's the one I want to leave alone. And then I ask myself, okay, what's happening to the H? The L and W are being multiplied, and the opposite of multiplication is divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by L and W, but all I have left with on that other side is H. So my answer is H equals B over LW. And that's my answer. I know it doesn't really make sense to you, but all the purpose really is right now, since most of you aren't like math majors, is for you to just practice manipulating variables. Alright, E equals MC squared. And we want to solve for M. Okay, so that's the one we don't want to touch. And the C is being multiplied. So we're going to divide everything by C. So we get M equals big E divided by C squared. And that's your answer. The end. Let's do another one. All right, so here we have a number, but your literal equations aren't going to be full, jam-packed with a whole bunch of numbers. All right, we want H. Okay. I'm going to rewrite this guy. Over here. A equals 1/2 B H. And H is the one we don't want to touch. All right, the B is being multiplied. So I'm going to divide by the B. So now I have left over 1/2 H equals A over B. Okay, and then I need to talk to myself a few minutes and say, okay, that 1/2 is being multiplied, right? So I'm going to divide by 1/2. But dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. Okay, so I'm actually going to multiply by 2 over 1, which is just 2. So I get H equals 2A over B. It's okay if you don't fully understand. It's just about manipulating the variables and working within the confines of rules, because that's everything in life is rules, and learning to work within these rules. And the most valuable thing about math is learning to think logically. Let's do another one. We want F. Okay. 8F plus G equals 3. All right, I want f all by himself. So I'm going to move this g. Okay, 8f equals 3 minus g. Excuse me. 3 and the g cannot talk to each other. Don't combine them, don't write 3g, don't write minus 3g. They can't talk. Okay, the 8 is being multiplied, so we're going to divide everybody by 8. So we get f equals 3 minus g over 8, and that's our answer. Okay, so this skill is really important, especially when we need to learn to solve for y. All right, I want y all by itself, so I'm going to add 2x to both sides. These being subtracted. So I get 3y equals 7 plus 2x. Okay, then excuse me. Excuse me. I'm going to have to divide everything by 3. Okay, and you can write it like that, or you could write one big fraction thing and do 1, 3. But because eventually we're going to learn about slope and y-intercept, I want you to do it separately. And so that we get 7 over 3 plus 2/3 x. And that's our answer. Okay. This, by the way, is the same as y equals 7 plus 2x over 3. Just so you know. So another one. We want y all by itself. So I'm going to move this 4x. I'm subtracting because it's opposite operation. I'm going to subtract 8 because it's opposite operation on both sides. So I get 2y equals negative 4x. I moved this guy. And then I'm going to move this 8 minus 8. Okay, and then I need to divide by 2. So I'm going to subtract 2. Subtract 2. I mean, not subtract, I'm so silly. Divide by 2. Alright, so I get y equals negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. Negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. I'm going to stop this video right there because on the next I'm going to do the word problem stuff.